Welcome back to the Westmoreland Bros podcast. You're tuning in to episode 4.
Fast money. Name a profession
Ah.
that will be difficult for a coward.
Lawyer. That's not even difficult for a coward. Wow.
Okay. Name an animal some people keep as a pet that you would never allow in your house.
Alligator.
You said alligator?
Alligator, crocodile. That one and the same pretty much, but yeah.
Fair enough. Name a behavior a dog will get away with that a person wouldn't get away with. Oh, you fumbling.
Using the bath. Eating your furniture. Eating the furniture up. Tearing the furniture up. Tearing the house up. Yeah.
Okay, eating furniture, fair. Name a color of underwear a person might say for a special occasion.
Red. That's number 1.
Okay. What might a married man rather admit to his buddies than his wife?
That girl look good. Somebody he finds attractive.
Someone he finds attractive. All right. You need 100 points to win. Let's see what you got.
God, I said lawyer, bro. Lawyers are always hypocrites, bro. They'll defend a murderer and they'll know he's a murderer, bro. Okay. I don't know why I said that.
Okay, first question. You said name a profession that would be difficult for a coward. You said lawyer. Lawyer's not on the list. Lawyer's not on the list. Number 1 answer was police officer. And number 2 was firefighter.
Yeah, I'll mess with 12. I wouldn't have said that.
Next one. You said name an animal some people keep as a pet that you would never allow in your house.
Yeah.
You said alligator. Survey said no. Snake was the number 1
NFL play. Snake.
Snake was the number 1 answer at 37 points, and the number 2 answer was a rat.
Every white person to have a rat, bro. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
This is not
All right.
fair. This is not fair.
Name a behavior a dog will get away with that a person wouldn't get away with. You said eating furniture. Survey said no. There's nothing in here about
I guess
furniture.
Tyler's eat furniture. Tyler's just eat the furniture all up.
There's nothing in here about furniture. So right now you currently need 100 points to win. You're not that far. The number 1 answer right now for that was pooping in public, and the other one was scratching.
You know what? That's pooping in
It's
public.
not.
I didn't think about in that aspect, but
Yeah.
that's a good one.
It's-
Because I was
at
gonna
first-
say pooping
Yes,
in
you
the
did.
house, but
You did. No, you were saying using the bathroom. I'm like, oh, you got it. And then you retracted. I was like, dang.
because
All
I
right.
was thinking like, bro, how many times have I seen my little cousin use the bathroom on themselves in the house, or at accidentally the diaper's too full or something to fall? Like, you know, I mean, that's bad if that happens, but that's crazy. Okay. Number 4.
Okay. Next question. Name a color of underwear a person might
This is
say
number
for a
1.
special occasion. You said
It's
red.
number 1. It's a fact. It's a fact to be number 1 with winning.
And that
It's
is
a
a fact. It was a fact. You were very confident about that. It was. It was. Can you guess how many points?
It better be 50.
It was 31. It was 31
I'll
points.
take that. 31's cool.
Number two
Yeah,
answer was a tie for black and white.
I can see black. I don't know. White's not it. But yeah, red, bro. It was a fact, bro. Because even when it comes to their nails, bro, women get more attention when their nails are red, and it's proven like from any other color. So red is like that appeal. That's that appeal to men.
Okay.
I word it like that.
Fair enough. And the last question, what might a married man rather admit to his buddies than to his wife? You said someone he finds attractive.
Yeah.
Survey said it's on there. It's on there at
Hey,
the
number
7th
3.
spot. It's on there the 7th spot. I said checked out another woman.
That's
The
number- wait,
answers
so what would-
the answers before that. I'll read
Well, that's my
all of
job.
them. I said she's a bad cook. That's the number 1 answer. She doesn't like the in-laws. You don't like her parents. That's the number 2 answer. Doesn't like her
Tell her
friends.
straight up.
Don't like her friends. That's the number 3 answer. Dirty
Straight up,
pictures
too.
or magazines. Number 4
Yeah,
answer.
I can see that.
You're in debt. That's the number 5 answer. And then the 6th one is checked out another woman. After that is quit job and their kid is ugly. So
Yo, people don't know you in debt. That's crazy. But yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like What was the number one again? I forgot.
The number one answer was she's a bad cook for things you don't want to admit
Yeah, I
to your
could.
wife.
That's a good one because I can't see. Yeah, that's hard because I remember this is not even. I'm not married, obviously, but one of my friends cooked for me one time, and let me tell you, that spaghetti wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I've had multiple because when my friends see this, they gonna be like, "Oh, he talking about my spaghetti." Multiple of my friends have cooked spaghetti for me, and one of yours I could have sent back. And if my boy B, if he listening, he knows which one I would have sent back.
They gonna go right to Brandon. They're gonna go right
Oh
to Brandon,
man,
bro. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. So
because
out of
Brandon
100
put me
points,
on after that.
you got 35. Good job. And for the record, Kennedy had a round before this where he was unjustly robbed. I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet, but he did win that round.
And I had 13 more points. I had 113
yes,
points.
yes.
But this
Yeah,
time I lost by 65. So I got to do better next time.
hey, win some, lose some. It's not as easy as everyone thinks.
Yeah, I thought with that first round, I was like, this second round gonna be it. But once I said lawyer, bro, I knew I messed up, bro. I'm like, that's it wasn't even on the list, bro. Like, that's horrible.
Yeah.
Lawyer, that's bad. But yeah, police officer, I wouldn't have. I guess I should have guessed that. But police and firefighter is good. But yeah, man, that was some good Family Feud, bro. That's not too bad, bro. 35 points.
Yeah, 35. You got 31 for the red, which was the number one option, and then you got 4 for
Seven
the
only?
checking out another woman.
4? Oh, you said 35. 4.
Yeah. I thought that would be
Yeah,
higher,
I thought
but
that would have been higher.
maybe people just, I don't know, maybe it's more common now, so
They don't admit it even when they're supposed to admit it. That's what I'm seeing. Crazy. I find movies really, really good. I love movies, especially, I guess, good movies. Marvel makes really good movies. I've never fallen asleep during a movie before at the theater. And I was at the movies yesterday on what's today? I don't know. I think Saturday it was. And I ended up falling asleep to Deadpool and Wolverine, which is kind of sad because Deadpool is really, really funny. But I never really was into the Wolverines. I also was having a little bad day, so I just wanted to sleep.
Yeah.
Hey, wasted $50. Oh well.
Yeah,
that's gonna
50. It costs 50.
Well, the tickets was like 25 each, even though I did senior tickets. They were about 11 plus tax.
They said we're not even seniors, no discount.
No, they don't. It used to be like way cheaper than that, like half that price, I think. And then the drinks, well, drinks are expensive, and then the food there, yeah. So it was actually $100, but it was half and half, so I spent my 50, yeah. But yeah, it's tough. But speaking of Marvel, my first blind ranking, man. Rank the Spider-Mans. You know what I'm saying? Wait, no, that really gave it away, I think. But no, it didn't, because you'll know already. Anywho, what do you rank Andrew Garfield? 1 through 4. It's not 5 options here. So you got to think of all the Spider-Mans, or you might forget one. Because there might be more Spider-Mans out there, but I'm doing these 4.
Okay, fair enough. Andrew Garfield, I was not big on. You got to keep in mind, Andrew was the first Spider-Man. I could be wrong, but he was the first Spider-Man from what I remember after the original Spider-Man. And the original Spider-Man, it's hard to let go. You want the same things, over and over. And so once they switched to a new guy, I'm like, I do not like this guy. I don't like him. And that probably didn't give him a fair chance, and the movie's a fair chance. But I saw the movies, but I just wasn't impressed because he wasn't my Spider-Man. He wasn't the Spider-Man I grew up on. So although Andrew gets a lot of undeserved hate and he's not appreciated, I don't appreciate him either, because he was the first one after the original one. So it's hard to let go. So in terms of that, I'm gonna probably rank him last.
4th. Okay, wow.
Yeah,
Andrew Garfield.
4th.
And I ain't gonna lie, I had similar thoughts over the years, but then one of our cousins, that was their favorite one, which makes sense because that's when they kind of grew up. That was their favorite one, so I had rewatched them. And I do like Andrew Garfield, but I definitely wouldn't have put him at number 1 either. I don't know where I would have put him, but I can't be mad for number 4. But we're gonna move on to the second option, which is Miles Morales. I hope I'm saying that correct. I think I am.
Yeah, Miles, another one that gets undeserved hate from me. Everyone loves him though. I will say that Andrew Garfield, excuse me. He gets a lot of hate from everybody. But Miles only gets hate from me. because I never watched the movies. Although everyone says the movies are amazing and it's
You haven't seen him
animated.
at all?
Never, I've never seen any of the movies. So really, he should have been
Ah,
fourth, and I knew he was coming up too. So I don't know why I put Toby. I guess that's how much I dislike Toby, or not Toby. That's how much I dislike
yeah.
Andrew. I put him last, but yeah, Miles definitely should have been fourth because I haven't even watched him. But yeah, he's number three, and I need to definitely catch up on that since everyone says the movie is amazing.
Yeah, they made a second one. I think there's two out right now. But yeah, they're pretty good. I also like just animation. I like cartoon, like movies. I think that's just a child in me. I like those. But yeah, Miles Morales was cool. Then even in his movies, they get involved with like the multiverse and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
hey, don't quote me on everything because I'm not one of them. I don't want to say nerds, but I am. I'm not one of them nerds out there that know every detail. But yeah, and his movie there was plenty Spider-Mans too. That's why I was like, I'm gonna just name these four
mm,
because and each multiverse is like another Spider-Man pop up dang near.
mm,
Because even in that one, it was a white guy who was like the original Spider-Man. That might have just been the regular Peter Parker, I think, instead of
mm.
Miles Morales.
Yeah,
But I don't know. But yeah, a lot of people like him, and he's the first Black Spider-Man, so that gave him like cool points, especially with us.
right,
So
right.
number three though, the next one will be Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. I like Tom. I like Tom Holland. He's a good Spider-Man. And he's another one who got the and same hate as Andrew from me specifically because he wasn't the original Spider-Man we grew up watching. But he is a really good Spider-Man. And I think it's good too that we are closer to like Zendaya in our generation compared to the, original Spider-Man with the Mary Jane we had then. Like we didn't keep up with her. I didn't at least.
Familiar, yeah.
Right. So when we look at that duo and the comedic aspects that Spider-Man has, and not that the old one didn't have it, because they definitely have funny moments, but I find myself really laughing and enjoying these movies, and I'm like I'm like in it. And also with this
Hmm.
Spider-Man is they included it in all these other big movies that the old Spider-Man
Nah, that's a
never
fact.
got. It never got that kind of attention. So on top of him having his own movies, and then us being closer to his MJ, and then him having funnier plots, we're cool with
Avengers.
Ned, him being in the Avengers ties it all in. So I don't want to, but I have to put him number one.
So you put Tom Holland as the number one.
Yeah, put him as a number one.
All right. Well, it all comes down to Tobey Maguire, which is the original Spider-Man we grew up on, my man.
Yeah, man, he's the GOAT. He started all off for us. We appreciate him, especially the collab with him and Venom. They still haven't done that for the new ones, which is kind of surprising. They gave Venom his own character, which I'm not saying he's not deserving of, but I think it was so cool to see the Spider-Man Venom like go at it and at points be one. I thought that was so dope. So yeah, I definitely appreciate the
I'm
original, and I defended him for years, but I think Tom is just slightly better.
the Venom, and I'm don't quote me again because I can't remember, but I feel like Venom and the Andrew Garfield character may have had a run-in, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't
'Cause I
know.
know Venom, or I know Andrew Garfield had the lizard in there, but they may have had Venom in one of his. I'm not 100% sure though. But I think they already making the third Venom that's about to come out. I think this year they're on the third one, which, like you said, it's cool when you have the clash when they both come together. Spider-Man, Venom, you have that offset in that fight like we did in the original. But it also is cool, like they gave him his story, so we get to see how Venom has been built up and whatnot. So
No,
that's been
100%.
cool. Tom Holland at one. You got the original Toby at two. You got Miles Morales at three, even though it seems like you would have put Andrew there. And you got Andrew at four. And that's the rankings for the Spider-Mans right now. The top four Spider-Man.
No, 100%. But let's go back. Let's backtrack for a second. You said you fell asleep at the movies. Can you break that down? Because I have never fallen asleep at the movies. I have been with people who are regulars at falling asleep in the movies, and I don't
Yeah, it's
understand that.
sickening. It's
And on
sickening.
top of that, like you said, inflation. You said you spent an absurd amount of money at the movies in the first place, and I heard the Deadpool movie is actually a really good movie. So explain that between you spending the money, it being loud in a movie theater, and then three, it being an actual good movie from what I heard. How do you fall asleep?
Well, multiple factors. The biggest factor, it was a very last minute decision to go to the
Mm.
movies because me and the people I were with, we just wanted to see a movie, or we want not wanted to see a movie. We wanted to do something, and nobody had an idea what they wanted to do. Everybody was hungry. Nobody had an idea what they wanted to eat. So I'm like, let's go to the movies. And I'm like, all right, bet what's out. So I'm looking at what's out. That's the best movie looking. That was the best looking movie out. So we proceed to go to the theater. One of the people I go with, me and this person have a conflict of interest. I'll just word it like that. So we kind of get on each other's nerves. And this is like during the movie, like something just kind of like, ugh, I didn't like that. And then, you know, I was just like, I didn't even really want to come to the movies to begin with. I'm already a little tired because I did concrete work all day. I just wanted food, and I know the theaters have good food. So it's kind of like, hey, I ate my food already. I'm kind of peed off right now. So I just put my head down, and then I just ended up dozing off, bro. Like, and it was one of them sleeps where it's like, I didn't really want the people to know I was asleep, but my body, I just was asleep long, and then I thought maybe I closed my eyes for like 20 seconds, and then I was literally like this, and I jumped up, and the movie was over with the credits, and I'm like, well, I can't fake that I was asleep. And the people, well, one person in particular was like, "Yep, you fell asleep." They weren't too happy
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's how it happened, bro. It was I was tired, and then you throw a bad attitude on that. It was a perfect mix to go to bed. I just wasn't at home, so.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Does that mean that you're gonna go back and spend $100 to see it again?
No, I'll see it when it comes on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Unless I go on a $5 Tuesday plus tax. Because it is Deadpool 1 and 2 classics, hilarious. Ryan Reynolds is one of the funniest comedians out there. He's one of the funniest actors out there, period.
Right.
So I know it's a great movie already, even though, like I said, I haven't been huge into the Wolverine collection. Regardless, I know it's a funny movie because even the parts I saw were funny. Like literally, you open up the scene and it's hilarious off bat. Like he's looking at the camera, like you watching this on Disney or Disney did this and they had to buy their rights back from Fox so Marvel could continue. So he's just funny, bro, because like he's just talking like he knows you're watching. You know what I'm saying? So it was funny, but I definitely got to see it again. I won't spend money to do it unless it's $5 Tuesday. Because Disney Plus is gonna have it out probably within the next 2 months, and I can wait for that.
Yeah, no, that's a big investment though. I'm not gonna lie. You spent it's talking about $50 to go to the movies. Like I really have to want to see the movie, and I'm picky with the movies I like. Even the new Transformers that's coming out, I don't even know if I'm gonna go see
It's out
that.
now, yeah.
It's out. Okay, it's out. Yeah, so I don't
Yeah.
even know if I'm gonna see that. I like the original ones. You know, when Shia LaBeouf is kicking the engine after his when he's kicking the engine. I love those so much, but those are so funny. And I don't mind the cartoons
And
because back in the day I used to play the little Transformers game or whatever, but like I don't know, it didn't seem interesting enough to me.
the Shia LaBeouf one, I remember too. I believe it was the first one, if not the second one he was in. But it was dope because remember, some of that was filmed in Milwaukee at the art museum
Yes, it
downtown.
was. It
So
was.
that was dope as a kid, just knowing like what the. I mean, we didn't see it, but what it
Right.
was filmed here. Like that was just cool to just go off of. But yeah, Shia LaBeouf is definitely the goat. Especially when it comes to Transformers. The only reason I don't even really want to see the new one. I won't pay to see it. I'll see it when it comes out. But like I said, I like the animation and stuff, so I want to see how they interacted that with like the real Transformers to
Yeah.
see just how it went. But yeah, I don't think I'll spend money for that though.
No. And you mentioned too that they were filming at the art museum, and Milwaukee does have like a
Yeah.
really good art museum. It's crazy. I don't even think I have went in there. Maybe on like a class field trip, but my first time going in there, me remembering at least as an adult, was with Brandy, and we walked around. And it was beautiful in there. It was actually like a really great museum. I
Crazy.
definitely recommend it. Right, it was literally down the street from us our whole lives. But I do wish that we took advantage of that opportunity to see them film the
See
movie.
it.
That would have been
Yeah.
so cool. And I don't know if we saw it too late or if we just didn't care enough. But I think we should have did that because we was
Mhm.
in We was in, I think, Puerto Rico. It's either Puerto Rico. No, it was Puerto Rico. Me and Brandy, and there was some TV company like filming a TV show, and they had the big old camera out, and they were recording the people at their little table, whatever, for the show. But it was like people were around and they were watching what was going on.
Yeah.
So I don't think it'll be as open as that in the US and whatnot. Not that Puerto Rico isn't the US, but just more in the States. I don't know if it'll be as open, but to an extent you would be able to see it. They can't block off the whole city for the movie. They're not gonna pay for that. So I think it would have been cool to experience something like that for sure, especially since it was already down the street from us.
No, in the States is the same thing because they're filming Happy Gilmore 2 with Adam Sandler, which is another GOAT when it comes to comedian actors. But they're filming Happy Gilmore 2 finally. And literally, social media is way bigger than it was back then. So for that, they a lady literally was like, watch me step outside my house onto the set of Happy Gilmore 2. And literally she went outside her crib, Adam Sandler walking by, she's like, hey Adam. And, Adam Sandler real cool. So he's like, hey, what's up? But he kept it pushing. So like they do it in regular neighborhoods because even New York has a lot of shows and Chicago has a lot of shows where like, yeah, if you catch them on the right time, you'll see it being filmed. Now everybody may not let you get as close as another TV show or movie, but you could definitely see it in pretty much I think every state that films. It's just a matter of the respect they want. Because I done seen actors in videos get like mad at the like regular civilians when they're trying to talk to them. They're like, bro, can you be quiet? Like I have to do this scene, and they getting distracted too much. So in situations like that, I know they probably handle it a little different with security and stuff. But yeah, that will always be cool to see. Like that'd be dope. But we was younger too with that Transformer, so it's not like, hey Z, let's go to the car, let's go down here. Like, nah, mom and dad, can you take us? Nah.
Yeah. And two, I feel like we weren't as persistent either. Like some things we wanted as a kid, we would ask about or do things to be able to get it. And that wasn't one thing we really pursued that we should have, and maybe they would have taken us, but like based off of just asking one time, like casually, like, oh, I kind of want to go. Like, no, they're not going to take us. And two,
I can see D taking us. D likes experiences like that. He likes being like he just like experiences like that to keep it simple. So I can see him being like, hey guys, this is hot. Like, let's go check it out. Like, I can see him doing that.
I know what it was. I'm surprised we didn't go to the Packers Super Bowl parade. Like when they won back in 2010, 2011. Because it was here.
2010 with Rodgers, yeah.
If we lived in Kansas, you wouldn't have been at every Mahomes parade or at least one? At least one?
In Missouri, yeah. If I lived in St. Louis, Missouri, I would definitely go to. Even when he won the last time, I really wanted to go, but I forget what company I was working for at the time. I think I was at AT&T still.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't get off. But man, when they win, because they'll win again before he retires, I definitely got to go to a parade like that. But even parades, bro, man, it's just different nowadays. You got to worry about all these, not to bring it down, but mass shootings and stuff. And one thing about me, bro, I'm not one of them people who shelter in my house because I'm scared of the world. But I'm also one of those people who's cautious. So I'm like, bro, these parades, bro, they don't do security like they can and should. So it's like, if I pass away because I went to a parade for a football game, I would be highly upset. Like if I knew that I died from that, I would be pretty upset. That's not a way I want to go out.
No. And I think,
but yeah, parade, that'd definitely be cool though.
It would be cool. It's definitely a risk. And I think now that you mention it, I want to say, even their last parade, there was a shooting. I think at the Kansas parade last year, it was a shooting, right?
Yeah, I think so. And even, bro, if you take it back to where we live, bro, when the Bucks won in 6, our downtown was getting shot up, gang. And I didn't go to that because I was like, bro, I already know how he is. Like, I'm not trying to, especially in my city, I know how Milwaukee is. Like, you know where to go, where not to go at certain times. You know how to move. And when we won, I mean, if we would have lost, it may have been the same outcome. But when we won and we supposed to be celebrating, bro, shots going off, bro. It's like, bro, I don't need to be a part of that. I kept it on TV. I'm good.
Yeah,
and I don't think that was the Bucks parade. I think that was the day the Bucks won, if I'm not mistaken. It may have been the parade, but it may have been after they won. But yeah, it's a mess, bro. It's a mess.
And there's only so much you can control, especially with the Bucks downtown. I I forget the area they call it, but I mean there be so many people in that little like specific Bucks
Yeah,
fan
by the
zone.
Pfizer and stuff. What is
Right,
that?
it's literally people shoulder to shoulder, like back to back. I'm just
Yeah.
like I can't. I
No,
have
yeah,
never,
you come
I've
on.
never been in that, and I'm not gonna be in that ever.
And maybe if the Bucks ever win again, I mean, maybe I would go now because I know people who actually work in there, from like the sideline reporter to Jay who does the hosting. So maybe I would go because maybe they have extra security for themselves, and I'd be in
Yeah,
that group. But if not, I'd be cool on it. But I mean, we talk about basketball right now. I got a good blind ranking for some basketball. If we want to dive into that real quick.
let's do it.
All right, man. Now, this is strictly blind rankings for very, very good basketball games that has happened that we've seen. And what I mean by that, not that we were present in the building, but we saw it in our lifetime. We're not going to talk about Michael Jordan. We're not going to talk about Magic Johnson or none of that. We're going to talk about our era. So, 5 of them, rank them like this. And I'm actually going to start off pretty good because this is one we did see in person. Christmas Day, Warriors versus Cavs. And this is when KD was on the Cavs. This one LeBron, I mean, not KD was on the Cavs. KD was on the Warriors with everybody. And then this is when LeBron and Kyrie were on the Cavs with Love, all that. So where would you rank that 1 through 5 blindly?
Yeah, that was so many superstars. That's probably the closest we've ever gotten to like an
Man.
all-star game type of atmosphere, honestly. But that was crazy. Honestly, I'm gonna put that number 2 because I'm
Number 2,
hoping
okay.
we all know the game I'm hoping for. But in terms of games, that's the greatest Christmas Day game of all time. Everyone, and I'm not just saying that because I was there. Everyone knows that was the greatest of all time. It came down to I think Kyrie hitting another game-winning shot. I saw LeBron chase down block people. That's the first time, by the way, that KD and LeBron matched up while it was Cavs versus Warriors. So that game was great.
Let me tell you something about that game. We were in person, as you already heard, and I was sick. I'm a Warriors fan, and this was in Cleveland, so I got the Warriors jersey on, and I still remember to this day the guy behind me was so happy at one point when the Cavs was up, and this dude had the nerve to touch me, and it's a grown man at this time. I'm 2015. I'm about 15 or 16, so a grown man like, hey, yeah, y'all down. I'm like, all right, say less. So then when the Warriors got up, I turned around. I'm like, yeah, now what? I touched the man's chest, bro. You know you don't touch no man's chest, bro. Now what, cuz? And then we end up losing, so it's just all bad. I hated walking out of that stadium like that. And that was the first game I saw Steph Curry live. And guess what? Steph Curry didn't have a flurry. That man was stinking. You know what I'm saying? I saw Draymond Green live. That man was having attitude problems. But that's ranking number 2 for you. Next game we're going to go to
He
is
try,
the
he try not to get too mad. He getting worked
I'm
up
trying
thinking
not
about
to.
it.
I could go on all day about it, and I don't want to. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The next game we're gonna go to, this one might surprise you, but it was a great game. 2019 NBA semifinals, Game 7, Toronto versus Philly when Kawhi hit that buzzer
Oh,
beater that rimmed in,
oh,
and Philly was sick. Joel Embiid was
oh,
crying. That's a good
oh.
one.
That was a great one, and I don't know what else could be on this list. I'm not a Joel Embiid fan, so I don't mind him losing by any means. I think Kawhi is
But remember,
somehow
pause on that. That was when Jimmy was on there too, and you like Jimmy.
Jimmy was on there, but Jimmy didn't like being on there. And then they had
True,
Tobias
he
as
got up
well.
out of there.
Don't like Tobias.
300 million.
And Kawhi is somehow underrated now. I think he's underrated because he doesn't play. Anyway, I'm gonna say 4. I'm put them at 4. I think there's definitely could be a few games better, but they're not the worst.
Cool. So we got the number 2 option and 4 option taken. Now we are going to go to the 2021 NBA Finals, Game 6, Bucks versus Suns. This is the first chip that we had brought to the city in almost 50 years, and we saw Chris Paul say he was addicted to the finals, and he hasn't been back.
Yeah,
So this is one that we're gonna go with. Game 6, Bucks.
that was a
Tell
great
me why.
game. That was a great game. I think I'll put that at 5. I don't care about the Bucks. I don't care about the Bucks. What? That's crazy.
All right, that's number 5. The next one, 2022 NBA playoffs, Game 7, this is the Mavs versus Suns when Luka had just as much points as the whole Suns team in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? So what are we gonna rank that one? Because Luka was going crazy.
That's number 3. That's number 3.
He waiting on the number 1 spot.
Yeah, that's number 3. I could put that above the Christmas Day game. Maybe it's debatable because Luka killed them. I don't know if you remember, but I'm pretty sure the Suns were the 1 seed. Everyone was saying they're gonna be, go all the way to the finals again. They're unbeatable. You had Cameron Payne on the sideline talking crazy to every player, every game. Like they were on the highest high for not winning anything ever. They were talking so reckless, bro. Even Devin Booker in his interviews, whatever. Chris Paul, before that, said he was addicted to the finals. So it's like for them to come out and get blown out by Luka by himself. Like Luka killed him. He owns it. Whenever the Suns and Mavs play, Mavs play, you know that Luka's gonna beat them. It don't matter what the Suns' record is. Even with them having KD now, I don't expect nothing out of them. Like Luka owns them. So yeah, that's number 3, bro. That is a father-son duo.
Father-son duo is funny. And I had to do it for respect, and obviously it was a great game that I hate. But we will now move to the 2016 NBA Finals Game 7, Warriors versus Cavaliers. Bron's famous block on Iguodala.
Yep, LeBron James, bro. That's all I got to say to that, bro. It was a great game.
James.
They say the block was LeBron, the shot was Kyrie, and the stop was Kevin Love. Because at the end, the Warriors still had a chance, bro. Then Kevin Love got that stop on Curry, bro, and people couldn't believe it. And nowadays, I'm sure Curry looking back, like he should just pull, bro, because Curry was dancing, dribbling too much, trying to give him the bite. Curry should have just did what he did in OKC, where he just dribbled and just shot it, bro. Don't even play around with it, bro. Just get it over with. Yeah, just get it over with. So, that's definitely number 1. I mean, bro, that was a crazy finals. And if people don't remember, the Warriors were 73-9. 73-9.
Best record to this day.
Best record to this day, bro. Best record to this day. I believe that was the same year that Kobe retired. I believe that's the same year we got Zach LaVine versus Aaron Gordon in the dunk contest. I believe that's the same year we got Clay versus Steph Curry in a 3-point contest. That's the same year LeBron came back 3-1 from the greatest regular season record of all time with the Splash Brothers.
Arguably one of the greatest teams put together ever. Arguably one of the best teams put together.
And Draymond was going crazy. I don't know if people remember. Draymond could not miss that game.
Yeah.
So that was a great year for basketball. Great year. So that's definitely number 1. I was waiting on that. If you would have chose something else, I mean, I would have just took the L, but I was definitely paying my respect to that game while waiting.
No, yeah, it's crazy, man, because as a Warriors fan, understanding that, like you said, Draymond had a game. He had a game. And it's just like, bro, if Curry would have just did that much, if Curry would have just made 1 3, if Curry would have just made 1 3, bro. If Klay Thompson, if Curry's not making it, if Klay Thompson would have hit, if we would have had, you know how they say, one more play, and we didn't even need one more play because Curry had good looks.
Yeah.
We still should have won that game. It's just that simple. There's no reason we should have lost.
Yeah.
Ever since that day, I love Iguodala because he's a great player. He helped the Warriors out a lot. Besides stealing the MVP from Curry, we won't talk about that. But when he literally, to this day, bro, I'm like, if he would have went up for a block, or maybe if his hand was on this side of the ball and this side, LeBron maybe would hit his hand and it's a foul call now. I mean, it's just so much I think about when it comes to that, bro. But that was that's one of the best comebacks ever, as far as being down 3-1. And it was still one of the best games despite my Warriors losing. I mean, I was sick. I wasn't 100%. Happy at the time.
Yeah.
But it was a great game.
Thank you for watching the Westmoreland Bros podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and comment.